Let's take you to Geneva to listen to the Iranian foreign minister.
Against the regime, and we will continue to do so as long as the atrocities continue, and the regime would stop the aggression and ensuring its non-reoccurrence. Iran's nuclear program is peaceful and has always been under the IAEA's safeguards and monitoring. Hence, armed attacks against safeguarded nuclear facilities by a regime which is not a party to any WMD treaties is a serious crime and violation of international law. In this content, I express grave concern on non-condemnation of these heinous attacks by E3 and EU. Iran is ready to consider diplomacy once again, and once aggression is stopped and the aggressor is held accountable for the crimes committed. In this regard, I made it crystal clear that Iran's defense capabilities are not negotiable. We support continuation of discussion with E3 and EU and express our readiness to meet again in the near future.
So you don't talk to the US? You don't talk to the US?
Thank you.
Right, Iran is ready to consider negotiations once hostilities end. Iran's defense capabilities, however, are non-negotiable, but Iran expressing its readiness to meet again in the near future. The words there of the Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi. He was speaking after that meeting with his European counterparts, the foreign ministers of the UK, France and Germany, as well as the EU foreign policy chief in Geneva. I believe we have there also Milena Veselinovic. She is in Geneva, where that meeting was taking place. So listening to that, I guess the first obvious question, Milena, it doesn't sound like there was a breakthrough at this point, right? There's no breakthrough on uranium enrichment or some of those sticky issues.
That's right, Sami. It doesn't sound like there was any breakthrough or even any progress. Hearing Abbas Araghchi, the Iranian foreign minister, he is basically reiterating what has consistently been the Iranian position. He is condemning the attacks on their nuclear facilities and attacks on Iran by Israel more generally. He also said that there was a serious violation of international law. He said that Iranian defense capabilities are non-negotiable, perhaps hinting that that request by the Western nations for Iran not just to not enrich uranium on its soil, but also to curb its ballistic missile program. So it really sounds from hearing all of that the two sides have really not met anywhere in the middle or anywhere close to it, coupled with the statements that we've also had. Sorry, it's very busy here, as you can tell. Lots of security personnel still milling through. Coupled with what we've heard already from the European diplomats, who really only just repeated things that we have also heard before about the need to de-escalate, about the need for Iran to continue their talks with the United States, something that Abbas Araghchi said they would not do as long as they are being attacked by Israel. So it does, from these two sets of statements, seem that these two sides are a complete polar opposite, and that not a breakthrough, but not even much progress was made at this meeting. It does leave questions as to where do we go from here. Now, US President Donald Trump has had that self-imposed deadline of 2 weeks that he's said he would give diplomacy, 2 weeks that he could either expand or shrink. And it will be potentially also based on what the European diplomats tell his administration about how today's meetings go. And it's incredible how important the stakes are here. We're talking about whether the US will join Israel in striking Iran, a move that could have wide-reaching and long-standing implications on the entire region. I think the seriousness of that is not lost on anyone here today. I think for that reason, these talks also ran much longer than we thought they would. They ran something close to 4 hours. However, even despite that, the hours of discussions, when the delegations came out, the words that we're saying, the substance of what they are saying really doesn't seem to have moved the dial at all in terms of reaching any kind of a compromise.
All right, we'll leave it there. Thanks to our correspondent, Milena Veselinovic, in Geneva, following that meeting between the Iranian foreign minister and his counterparts from France, Germany, the UK, and the EU.